Persimmon is 40 years old this year, and as part of its birthday celebrations, we are giving away an amazing £250,000 home to a local charity. Here at Persimmon Southern, we are supporting Stepping Stones DS, which we think is a fantastic charity to support. But that's enough from me. Let's hear from Stepping Stones DS.
When I had my little girl who has Down syndrome, I didn't know anybody else who had a child with that condition, and I didn't know anybody else with a child with a disability, and it feels really isolating and you feel completely alone and as though nobody else really understands what you're going through and some of the feelings that you're going through.
I had a little girl, Zoe, who was born with Down syndrome unexpectedly to us, and as you might imagine, it was really a huge shock. We didn't know anything about Down syndrome, and I was desperate to find out information. When Zoe was about 3 days old, I asked the staff at the hospital for some literature about Down syndrome, and they brought me a booklet called Our Stories, published by Stepping Stones, the local Down syndrome support group. And in that booklet it talked about children riding horses and bicycles and swimming and going to gymnastics. And at that point I knew it would be all right.
One of the things that we do, and we think we do really well, is trying to support each other through some of those really difficult times. So that can go from the point of diagnosis all the way through to when your child starts nursery, or if there's any health issues, right the way through to parents who are supporting each other with their children starting secondary school.
Zoe needed to have open heart surgery when she was 3.5 months old, and one of the other mothers in the group, whose daughter had been through the same operation, made huge efforts to talk to us about the operation and take us through that operation and explain to us what was going to happen and what it was all going to be about. And it was so valuable to have had somebody to explain it to you. We got to know other mothers, and it was great that somebody else could talk to you about their experiences, because the thing about having a child with Down syndrome, or indeed any child with a special need, is that your friends and family, they desperately want to support you, but they haven't walked in your shoes. They don't really know what it's like, and all these other mums, they did.
We also provide training to our parents, because children with Down syndrome have a specific learning profile, and we help parents and their schools and other professionals who work with the children.
And there she is. Hello Zoe, say hello.
Hello.
And what do you do with Stepping Stones? Yes, Zoe does speech and language groups with Stepping Stones, which to me are the most absolutely most valuable thing that Stepping Stones provides, because for Zoe to have any degree of independence, she needs to be able to understand the world around her and understand the language that's being used to her, but also, and probably more importantly for children with Down syndrome, because it's such a challenge to make herself understood. Zoe's very good at signing. Yes, but the rest of the world isn't. So for her to be truly understood in the world around her, she needs to be able to speak.
If we were to win the £250,000 Persimmon home, I don't think we would initially know what to do. We would just be completely overwhelmed and in denial that we had won a prize that would just change the lives of so many families. Stepping Stones is a small charity. We are parent-led, and we have to rely on each other for fundraising. At the moment we have to raise in the region of £5,000 or £6,000 a month to keep the group going, and that's just to support our existing families and the existing activities that we do. If we were able to win something that was worth £250,000, it would just change the charity. It would mean that we had financial security.
So there you go. I think you will agree that Stepping Stones DS is a fantastic charity to support. And here in the Southern region, we would love the £250,000 home to come here for Stepping Stones DS. But we can't do that without your help. So please go online and vote for Stepping Stones DS every single day. Please ask family, friends, even your hamster to vote. We need your help. So please go online and vote for Stepping Stones DS.